If a prospect says to you, send me some more information, don't fall for that trap. Hi, I'm Shawn Casemore, and I help you learn how to be a top performing sales professional so that you can earn more money in less time. If that sounds good, make sure you click subscribe as well as the bell. You'll be notified each and every time I release a new video. Now, if you've watched any of my other series on handling these very common objections, this is one that you may get a lot. I find this comes up more often than any other objection, especially early on, where somebody says to you some variation of, send me some information. Now, what that really is them saying is, you haven't told me anything new here or anything I didn't already know. So send me over what you got. I'll take a look when I get time or when it matters to me, which to you means there's a good chance they'll never do anything with it. And you'll probably never hear from them again. The door will close. They gave you your shot. You took the shot. It was like a swing to miss, right? You struck out. Chances of getting back in the door after that are slim. So why not dig in a little bit? Uncover what's really going on. So here's an example. A prospect says to you, hey, you know what? Send me some information on that. All I want you to do is ask clarifying questions. Now, we're not going to ask 5 or 6 of them, but 2 or 3 until we get to the real problem or the real objection that's hidden underneath send me some information. So let's take the positive approach. You say to them, great, happy to send you some information. Which information specifically are you most interested in? There's a clarifying question. Now, if they give you a reasonable answer, I'd like to learn more about this thing, offer something that is of additional value to them. So you say, well, you know what? Happy to share some information with you, but here's what might be better. Let's book another meeting and I will bring in my engineer or my designer or whoever, right, to speak to that exactly so we can actually discuss your questions and give you a live answer. What do you think? So if you get in your first clarifying question, if you get a good response, a response that makes sense to you, that, okay, this is reasonable, right? Then offer something of increased value rather than saying, yeah, I'll just send you that, okay? Offer something of increased value that gets you back in the door. Because remember, the goal with these objections is to keep the conversation going, okay? But let's say you get a vague answer. Let's say, so they say to you, send me some information on that. And you say, oh, happy to. Let me just clarify, which information are you most interested in? And they say, the whole thing, just send me whatever you have. PDF, brochure, doesn't really matter. I want to ask another clarifying question. You say, as mentioned, I am happy to. You seem to have some questions about X. Is that the area you're most interested in? I just want to make sure the information I send you is the right information. So again, there's a variation of a clarifying question. I'm just trying to dig down a bit here to understand the real issue. What you'll tend to find is at that point, or you may have to ask one more clarifying question, they'll open up for what the real issue is. So let's play that further. You say, happy to. You spoke about X, or you asked some questions about X. Is that the area that you want more information in? Let's say again, they give you a vague answer. They say, well, that and there's other areas too. So just send me what you have. Respond with something like this. I'm happy to send you the information we have. There is so much information. I have got documents and PDFs and website links and landing pages, you name it. I just want to make sure I don't overwhelm you with information because I'm sure that's not what you're looking for. So I'll just clarify one more time. Is there a specific area that you want me to focus on as it pertains to the information I'm going to share? So all I did was give a reason as to why am I going to ask this question one more time. And then I asked it again in a slightly different way. And ultimately, you'll typically find by that time, they'll open up with what's really going on. Look, we're not going to make this decision right now. Look, I got to take this back to my boss. Look, I really haven't talked to your competitors. And again, those kind of responses, the real objection, allow you then to respond appropriately. Rather than take the first comment they make, which is send me more information, and you say, absolutely, whew, got out of that one. Let me just move along here, right? We want to dive down, ask clarifying questions to try and uncover what the real objection is, but doing so in a way that's obviously not going to offend or upset the prospect. So next time you get the objection, send me some information on that, would you? Ask some clarifying questions. You're going to get this one more than any other, so make sure you try that out. Until next time, let's get out there and go sell something. Talk to you soon.